What's going on, guys? So we are here out at the property in the beautiful log cabin. We have so many projects going on. One of the projects today is to install 2, maybe 3 more 4x4 by 12 foot posts into the ground. 3 feet go in the ground and 9 feet go out. One back over here where the RV slip is, and one over here to where the Black Series is, because that's going to be where some of my other trailers sit. And the whole point is to be able to mount lighting and cameras up in those areas. And in the box here on top of those lights, another project. So the electronic gate that is currently at the front of the property has remotes to get in and out, as well as a passcode, and we can monitor all of that. The problem is if somebody's leaving the property, we have to wait for them to get up to the gate, and then we have to walk out front to the front edge and click the remote to allow them to leave so we can open the gate. This right here is made by a company called Cartel, and it is the automatic gate opener, basically what's called a free exit opener. And we position this something like 80 to 100 feet back, and when a vehicle passes over it, it triggers the gate to open up automatically so people can leave without us having to press the code to get them out. So this is a big convenience thing for us. We're going to install this. It's going to require us trenching a cable and putting some electrical conduit underneath the ground so we can feed the wire to it, because if you don't use the conduit over the cable, you void the warranty on the actual unit because the cable's exposed underground. So we're only going to trench it about 6 to 8 inches underground and get that completely in place. I had to go buy a little trenching shovel and a pickaxe to add to my fiberglass handled tools that we have, and then we have our post hole digger to get the posts dug in place over here. So a lot of projects for today. We have another bag of concrete that we'll have for the 3rd post, but we're only going to be putting 2 of them in today. Anyways, guys, this will be a fun day, fun video, and it is pretty hot outside, but it's not too humid, so hopefully it'll be a dry day. Hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, so we've moved some of the supplies, materials, and tools out here. This is the new electrical connection that we'll have for the 5th wheel, 50 amp with a 110 next to it. And this is where we're gonna put that post. So that post, again, it's a 12-foot post. 3 feet of it will be in the ground. We'll sink it into concrete, and it will rise up, so it will actually be on the park side of the RV. So whenever you walk up to the door, we'll have light that can kind of shine down that side. I thought about putting it closer to the fence over here, but the problem there, I'll only be illuminating the street side, and I want the curb side to be illuminated. So yeah, that's kind of the challenge here in putting it up against this fence. So again, we're going to place it right here, and it'll give me the ability to park the RV right here. We'll have our power connection right here. The water comes straight off of that holding tank. We have a huge holding tank here that we can connect water to, and I'll be able to keep an eye on everything here with my camera, as well as the lighting that will illuminate all of this area back here. So yep, we just got to get to digging the post hole for that, and then drop the post and put the concrete in and let it dry. And then we'll put another one up over here so we have visibility in terms of what we have placed in that area as well. So some cool projects, just got to dig a hole. Okay, we are at the 3-foot mark. You can tell by the orange lines on the post hole digger. Okay, so while the cement's drying, before we start digging the next hole, these are the lights that I got them on Amazon. They have really good reviews, but one thing you have to do whenever you're buying things on Amazon like this is, if you see 1,000 reviews or 2,000 reviews and everything looks really good, start reading the reviews, and what you might realize is that the review is for a product that you're not even buying. It's for something else. Like you could look at these and then all of a sudden you look at the reviews and they're talking about a dog collar or they're talking about a pocket knife or something. So you have to make sure that someone didn't kind of disguise a product that may have questionable reviews with something that has really good reviews. And I don't know why Amazon allows it, but it happens all the time. But these have really good reviews, and they also have remotes. So I can adjust them and I can make changes to them without having to bring a ladder out here to get up on the post. And I'm probably going to put 2 of these on each post. So there'll be one kind of pointing this way and one kind of pointing this way, so I get a much larger swath of coverage. And it will even give me the ability to illuminate some of the things behind the RV on the ground. So that'll really come in handy. But yeah, I'm just going to back the truck up to the post right now. We'll go ahead and start attaching them and get that part out of the way so the sun can start getting everything charged up and ready to go. I'll put a link to these in the video if this is something you might be interested in. I read a lot of reviews and I look for a lot of positive feedback on anything like this because you don't want to have to constantly replace them. They're not that expensive. This actually, you get 2 of them in one box, which is really nice. And they cover a pretty good amount of area. They also have a dim mode, so when you're not in front of them and you're not triggering the motion detection, they don't waste so much energy by going in full blast mode. So that's really nice. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get these mounted and move on to the next post. Okay, so this one pretty much complete. Just waiting for it to dry a little bit more. We have some of the dirt tamped into the ground around the bottom. We have 2 lights. One that will face this entire area right here. This one is kind of the approach light. And the reason why the approach light is going to make a lot of sense is as the truck comes around here, right, we have a post that's being dug right there, and it will shine the approach as you come in. And as you come around right here, this light will come on and illuminate the area that I'm moving. So the most light I want is the area that I'm going to be moving the RV and when the RV's here. And now I have those 2 lights there. So 1 post down, second one to go over here. There's the post. We were going to put it somewhere over here at first, but I wanted it in an area that I wouldn't later regret. And I think having it right on the loop entrance whenever you come in is going to make the most sense. So just got to dig that hole, drop the post in, throw some concrete in. We'll be good to mount some more lights. That's such a cool looking trailer, isn't it? It's so much fun taking this thing out, especially if it's even just quick trips, just because you have so much accessibility to a restroom, kitchen, cooking, all those things. It's a cool trailer. I'm gonna miss it when it's gone. Okay, so we have the second pole up. Concrete's drying in the ground. Got a light facing this way and a light facing that way, and then we have 2 of them that are kind of facing forward. So whenever you start to execute the turn, you come around here, you go around there, they'll turn on, and then the post right back there will turn on whenever we start to back it into place. And we may not stick with these lights permanently. We might put something a little bit more, high intensity, a little bit larger, maybe a solar power street style light, but we're not sure. This will work good for now. We'll at least be able to see how well they perform at night. And hopefully they give me the light output that we're looking for. But very cool, super easy to install. You have 3 modes with them. You can turn it either full brightness with motion detection, so whenever you move, it turns on full brightness, and then it lasts a while and shuts off completely. You can have it so whenever it gets dark, it turns on dim mode, and then when it detects motion, it gets a lot brighter. And then you also have it where it's just fully on, and it stays on longer. Got a little airplane flying overhead right now. But yeah, so we're just gonna wait till dark and see how these things do, and we'll do a follow-up on it. Okay, so I waited till it was dark, and it's very dark. There's some lights on way over there. It is very dark outside. Let's walk up to this light we put and see just how bright it is. Oh, wow. And then what about the one facing this way? I'd have to say that is pretty impressive. Let me switch to a different camera. Okay, so it does a pretty dang good job of lighting up the area. Okay, let's step back a little bit. That is pretty impressive, I gotta be honest. Very pleased with this. Anyways, just wanted to share it with you guys at night so you guys would get kind of an idea of what it looks like here in the dark and how bright they are, and they are incredibly bright, so I'm very happy with the purchase. I'll throw a link in the description of this video if you're interested in these. They're not that expensive, so you might be surprised. And I like the fact that they have this real dim mode, and they just do a little bit of illumination up until you walk by them, and then they get really, really bright for about, say, about 20-30 seconds. But I think they work really well. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.